Hi, so we're Team Dusk and Dawn, and I'm going to walk you through some of the changes and feedback that we've taken into account since the alpha build. Right off the bat, as you can see, the controls menu is different. Some of the feedback we got was that the controls menu was too pixelated, so it was kind of hard to tell what the different controls looked like. So now it's a lot more clear. In addition, we've implemented a tutorial level. So this is the tutorial level, and you can't progress to the main game unless you beat this tutorial level, and you're just stuck in this area until then. So there's a switch here. As you can see, we've also changed the dialog box. Some of the feedback we got was that it was a bit weird to have a continue button here in the dialog box, so instead now you can just click anywhere inside the dialog box to basically continue the dialogue, and you can also skip the dialogue if you'd like by just clicking in the dialog box while the text is scrolling. So I'm just gonna go through the tutorial. So this is the tutorial, and basically you just go through it. Tells you what to do, explains to the player what to do, explains to the player that there's only two sides of the tower they can interact with, and if you talk to the mouse, it reminds you what to do. Some of the feedback we got was sometimes the players forgot what they needed to do to progress in the game, so the dialogue now reflects what you need to do, like while you're doing like some sort of quest or task. So it tells you to press B to open your inventory, click on the item using your mouse to drink it. So open my inventory and I see the drink, and I can use it. Now you can actually communicate with Dusk and switch characters. So I've done that. Now we're in the tutorial section on Dusk side. Just like Dawn's side, you have to finish this in order to progress. So you talk to the frog, and you have to beat the tutorial. So just like Dawn, it reminds you what to do. Press B to open your inventory, yada yada yada. So you do that. Now you can communicate with Dawn, and the frog tells you to get to this gem. And you can't get to the gem normally, as you can see, like, can't jump high enough. So the Elder reminds you maybe there's a switch on Dawn's side you need to activate. Since we want to teach the player what to do, we just tell them explicitly to find some sort of switch. So if you go on Dawn's side, there's this little introduction dialogue between Dusk and Dawn. So I'll just go through this text. So there's the switch. You can either choose to ignore it, which just does nothing, or activate it. And this causes a platform to appear on Dusk's side, which allows Dusk to actually basically now reach the actual gem. So now if you go to the gem, you reach it, and finally you've beat the tutorial for both Dusk and Dawn, and it just teleports you to the main game now. So this is the main game again. So yeah, the tutorial was something we added since the alpha. Something else we added is the ability to see the player through objects. One of the feedback we got was it's a bit annoying not being able to see your character at times, so we've added this little see-through shader that fixes that issue. And the shader is different for both characters, so if you go on Dusk, it's a different color, which is kind of cool. Yeah, now let's complete the first quest, which is the tree quest. Okay, so you ask the tree, oh, sorry, whoops. So one of the feedback we got was players forgot like what they needed to do, and also they didn't know how many sun energies to get. So now we explicitly tell them they need 3 sun energies, and you have to go find them. So let me just go quickly grab the 3 sun energies. Like so. Whoops. So if you say yes, then it tells you what to do. So you open up your inventory and then use them. So I'm gonna do that real quickly. There we go. And there's the second gem for Dawn. So yeah, we also added a little igloo interaction here. Some of the feedback, it wasn't really feedback, but like we noticed in playtesting, most people would try to interact with the igloo and they were pretty disappointed when there's no interaction, so we decided to add this small little interaction. It doesn't do anything, but it's just a cute little thing that you can do. Yeah, cool. So now if you go on Dawn's side, those platforms on Dusk's side look kind of funny. So last time during the alpha build, one of the feedback we got was when we said that the platforms on Dusk's side look kind of funny. The platforms didn't actually look funny; they just looked regular. Now there are now the platforms are very different, right? They're glowing yellow, and you can see through other platforms. So it just signifies to the player that it's very important. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing we fixed was the camera. Before on this corner in particular, as Dawn's side, the camera glitched out pretty hard as it collided with this upper platform here. Now it doesn't collide anymore. So yeah, that problem was fixed. So that's everything you can do on Dawn's side. Let me go to Dusk's side. So on Dusk's side, what we've done is we've finished the whole cat quest, which is basically she asks you to find a flower, basically, and the flower is on the invisible platform. So if you go over here and observe, I see a platform with a chest over there, and there's also the moonflower required to complete the cat quest. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this. Now I switch back to Dawn and look at the dialogue. Yep, I can see the platforms on Dawn's side. And now you can do the whole quest. So I'm just gonna do it really quickly. One thing I added was if you go over here, notice you can still see Dusk through the platform. So you can always see Dusk basically in this puzzle. One of the feedback we got was on this puzzle, because of the perspective, it was hard to see Dusk. So with this whole see-through shader, it allows you to always see Dusk and all the platforms. And also, I forgot to mention, we removed the whole requirement to jump to complete the puzzle because that just made the puzzle unnecessarily hard. The whole point of the puzzle is to just basically switch between the characters. It shouldn't be a guessing game of where you jump. So that addressed that feedback. So I'm just going to complete the puzzle now. Boom. You get the gem in the chest, like so. And we add this little dialogue thing to the chest. And now you can go to the moonflower and actually finish the puzzle. Can't use it yet, you have to actually go back to the cat, so I'm going to do that really quickly. Oh, whoops. Sorry. There we go. So if you go to the cat, you can actually finish the quest now and get the gem. And that's the game so far. So we've implemented a lot of the feedback, or at least addressed a lot of the feedback. There's still some things we need to address, like the, for instance, when you're in dialogue, we want to have a character portrait for each NPC. That was one major feedback that we couldn't address due to time constraints, so we want to look to doing that. Yeah, so moving forward, we want to have that done for beta, and then also for beta, we plan to have the ice sliding puzzle, which is like basically the climax of the game. You cash in all these gems that you collect from doing these tasks in order to finish this final ice sliding puzzle, and then finally the game finishes as Dusk and Dawn meet to create Twilight at the top of the tower. So yeah, we're making pretty good progress, and I'm very excited to show you guys what we're gonna have in store for beta. So yeah, thanks for watching, and keep updated.